I pulled my credit report to discover that she opened a joint credit card that I didn't know about. Since I'm on the account as well, I was able to log in and print out the charges and basically a perfect timeline of restaurants and hotels that she has paid for. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, My Wife is Out Getting Some Right Now. And a big shout out to Chris for sending me this story. And guys, this story is all about a guy, sounds like I'm guessing he's either late 30s, early 40s, married for a while. And long story short, he ends up unleashing hell, going to the mattresses, if you will, on his soon-to-be ex-wife after he found out that she's been cheating on him for quite some time. And to make matters worse, through her cheating and the things going on behind the scenes, she was definitely not taking care of their daughter when she should, causing the daughter to get into an accident. And, not to mention, she's been doing very shady activities like opening credit cards in his name, things like that. No joke. And this guy, after being shocked by this whole thing, handles it like a boss. That'll be a very good one to go over here, guys. Once reminding all guys out there, whether you're in regular relationships, engaged, or married, you have to always pay attention to red flags. You always, sadly, have to sleep with one eye open if you are going to do that, because given the state of the world is now and how easy it is for gals, or anybody for that matter, to cheat, to contact people online, things like that, you must pay attention. And things don't seem right, where there's smoke, there's fire, and you must investigate. And also how, upon discovering some pretty bad things going on, there's no going back. You have to cut ties and move on and be ruthless. Otherwise, it's going to come back to you. And of course, if there's kids involved, you got to protect your kids. So, it starts off, he says here, I never thought I'd be here, but yet here I am. This weekend, my wife, a 38-year-old female, and our daughter, a 13-year-old girl, went to visit her mom. I couldn't go because I couldn't get the time off from work, and we decided it would be just the girls' weekend for them. I'm a firefighter in a large southern city, and I'm on a call and gearing up when our dispatcher calls in to tell me that there is some emergency. I'm not really needed on the work call, so I get my cell phone out and find a bunch of text messages from my kid and a couple from a number I didn't know have on my phone. Imagine that. Immediately your heart's going through the roof. It's your kid. In the course of about 11 text messages, I learn that my daughter has gone ice skating and fallen and broken her wrist. She's in the emergency room right now, but cannot get treatment because no one can find my wife. Where's the wife? Now, okay, broken wrist, not the end of the world, but when you're 13 years old, you can imagine it's a scary situation. But the biggest thing is, she can't get the treatment because the wife is gone. Where's the wife? Well, I'm sure you all can guess. The phone number that I don't know belongs to a friend of my wife's who has gone to the emergency room to sit with my kid. She was the chaperone for the girls who had gone skating. So I call this friend, and after a lot of hemming and hawing, she admits that wifey has gone to dinner with some random guy. So, the daughter's supposed to be under the wife's care. She's not. She's with some friend. He wasn't aware of this, and she gets injured, and now she can't get care because she's off with some other guy. And, of course, the friend knows about this, which goes to show you that you may think your girlfriend or wife's friends all like you, but at the end of the day, whenever there's cheating going on, I guarantee you there's always one friend that knows, because they got to tell somebody, of course, right? Well, we always leave our location shared with the family because of my job. And sure enough, I pull up an address and Google it, and it's an effing hotel. That was 10 p.m. It's now almost 4 hours later, and she hasn't answered my text, but she did finally get a call from our kid, or did finally call her kid. I had permission and insurance information, and she got a cast and a referral to see our orthopedist when she gets home. The friend took her daughter back to her grandmother's house and texted me. She said that, I'm sorry you had to find out this way, and it's about the guy's name. Yeah, I can tell the friend here is just so sorry, and it's just ripping her heart apart that he had to find out this way. Apparently it's been going on every time she's gone home and I haven't gone. Meanwhile, I've worked countless hours of overtime to pay off our house, take us on nice vacations, send our daughter to the most expensive private school in the city. I'm a fool. I wouldn't say he's a fool. It's just that if he took her back after all this, then he's a fool. but he just wanted to believe what a lot of guys want to believe, that they had a good marriage and that he could trust her and all that. And look what happened. And again, back to the friend thing. The friend knew the whole time. And now the daughter, what if it was way worse? What if the daughter was in an accident where literally she had to get treatment, and because she couldn't get a hold of the wife, it was held back. Now, obviously, if it was life-threatening thing, they would obviously proceed, but you get my point. Now for the update. He says here, I spoke with an attorney, as many of you suggested. During that conversation, I realized that she doesn't really have a lot of access to money that is hers. I removed her as an authorized user of my credit cards. I put a two-factor authentication on just about anything else that she might try to get her hands on. I pulled my credit report to discover that she opened a joint credit card that I didn't know about. Since I'm on the account, as well as I'm able to log in and print out the charges, and basically a perfect timeline of restaurants and hotels that she's paid for. Open credit cards in his name as a joint thing, and he has no idea. And obviously she probably made it that, obviously they didn't send the statements in the mail, and made that they were probably, online statements, and that would go to her email address, so he'd never know about it. And all the stuff is right there. His lawyer is probably just rubbing his paws together saying, all right. Now I'm hoping he's in a no-fault. I hope he's not in a no-fault divorce state. It says here, it turns out that she also has accounts on Tinder and Bumble, which showed up and when I combed through the last few phone bills. I have a pal who is a deputy sheriff in these parts who's going to be here tonight when she gets home. I've gotten her a room in a nearby hotel for the week and paid for it up front. She can sleep there for now and figure it out on her own starting tomorrow. My daughter and I spoke, and she knows what is up and is angry at her mom. Well, thank God the daughter doesn't blame dad here. And let me tell you, teenage girl being pissed off at her mom with those teenage girl hormones, oh. So the next steps are to find someone for her to talk to. Thanks to my job, I got great insurance, so that is one less thing to worry about. I also decided I'm going to come clean to her mother once the wife and daughter are on the plane back here. I'm taking a couple days off to deal with this. Thanks for the advice, everyone. I'll probably yank these posts down tonight or tomorrow, so if you have any other last-minute advice, now's the time. And now he, apparently in the comments section, also added in an update, and then I'm going to read some comments here. What was said in the comment, he says, the wife claims that this guy is just a friend, and that they were at a coffee shop the whole time. He had proof on the GPS, or whatever the hell it was, that she was at a hotel. Let me guess, she's going to say, no, we were at the Starbucks that was a part of the hotel, and we were talking about the tax returns or some bullshit like that. Sure. She really must think I'm stupid. I pay all her bills, so I logged into our cell phone account and found one particular phone number that she has called and texted far more than any other. I haven't confronted her other than to say that I was disappointed that she wasn't there when our daughter truly needed her. So he hasn't said it to her yet, but I'll be eagerly awaiting a part 3 if he does a part 3. I've taken a few other steps to protect myself, but I'm not going to discuss here. And it took me all about 15 seconds to figure out who the guy is, and of course he is married as well. They're supposed to get home late tonight, so we will see what happens then. If I'm this guy, once I'm done dealing with her, actually, she's going to go to him immediately. It's going to happen. So I, at the same time, see if he can find the information on his wife, if he is indeed married. I think, did he say he's married? I think he said he's married. Yeah, he's married. Definitely go after and let his wife know, because, hey, his wife deserves to know this guy's a scumbag, and of course, this guy deserves a little freaking payback, because I guarantee you that guy knew that this woman was married. And go from there, and unleash hell. And I guarantee you, as these stories go, there'll probably be a whole lot of waterworks, and her crying and saying, you were never home, you were never there, you're working all the time. To which he'd say, yeah, I was working all the time, and overtime, and risking my life as a firefighter, to provide a nice life for you and our daughter, and helping pay off the house faster, nice vacations, private school. That's how it always goes. They're blaming the guy, and a lot of times it's the wife that pressures the husband. We need to make more money, meaning he needs to make more money, and all these other things. He does that, and then she's pissed off he's never home. And if he was home a lot and didn't do overtime, she'd be pissed off they didn't have enough money. See the way the guy can't win. So I wish this guy the best, and he should do not take her waterworks or bullshit, unleash hell, and move the hell on. I just hope that he is not in a no-fault divorce state. And I will be looking for some updates in this situation, but this guy handled it like a boss. No bullshit, no crying about it, acting like a BIT, trying to save the marriage or whatever. Nah, it's fucking over. Now, some comments here. One guy says, "Don't delete these. Let this be the blueprint for future men on how to handle situations like this or similar. You may be helping some months or years down the line." Yeah, he should keep this up there because, as I know well, there are lots of stories every day about guys that are in bad situations like this, and they need to read stories about how guys handled it. He says, "Fellas, this is how you handle situations like these. The pick-me dance only prolongs the pain by degrading your own masculinity, integrity, principles, and respect for yourself. It's not only emasculates yourself in your own eyes, but in the eyes of your children, family, friends, and hers. If and when, statistically, you will end up in a situation like this, 180, no contact, gray rock. Be strong for your family, kids, and yourself. If you feel a need to cry, absolutely do it, but not in front of her or your kids. Yes, never cry in front of her. Always strong, and especially for your kids. Get counseling for you and any other innocent victims involved, the kids, and keep it moving. I hope you heal quickly from this." He will heal quick. He will heal quickly, likely not, but he will heal. And he can get past this because any man can go through a lot of shit and continue on. A masculine guy can do that. And for guys that are not masculine, they can find that masculine side that's buried deep down and has been crushed by feminism to come out and do what has to be done to take care of things. All guys have it in them. And one more comment, he says here, "Definitely sue your wife for full custody in family court, and you would have a case because the mother in this was unfaithful and she neglected her 13-year-old daughter. Yeah, sure, she left her daughter in the care of her friend so she could get plowed by another man. Who does that? And in the friend's care, her daughter ends up injured and in the hospital with no way getting in touch with mom." Yeah, I'm sure his lawyer will have a field day with that. You, Dad, have a strong case for custody of your daughter, and your daughter, she literally hates her mom right now, and she should because her mom cheated on you and wrecked her family. One more. It says here, "I definitely would F up your wife's affair partner's life. If the affair partner is married, you should let his wife know so that way she isn't blindsided like you were. I would reach out to the affair partner's wife personally to tell her that her husband is cheating on her with my wife. Then she can decide what she wants to do with her husband, and if the affair partner has kids himself with his own wife, he is basically destroying his own family on top of yours. Yeah, all the proof he has, like the credit card, receipts, and all that stuff like that about the hotels and restaurants, he can give it to her, and then she could probably do some investigating and find out that the same dates and times that his wife was at hotels and restaurants, her husband just so happened to be gone at those dates. He says, I would definitely go to my lawyer if I'm you and sue your wife for full custody of your teenage daughter. If your daughter is angry at her mother, she'll prefer to live with you anyways over her mother. I believe at a certain age the kids can choose what parent they want to go with. Now, it may be different state to state, but I think that's the case. Your daughter's mother destroyed your daughter's family, neglected her own daughter to have an affair with you, to have an affair on you with some other man. Your daughter, when she gets older, to like 16 or 17, her idea of a relationship is going to be screwed up. Trust me, I know because I was your daughter. Similar situations with my parents, it screwed me up for life. And that was coming from a woman. So, there you go, guys. No bullshit, right to the point, and he handled it like a boss. That's very good. It's terrible these things happen, but you know what? He's a firefighter. This guy has to make decisions like that. And not have emotion and worry and take care of business, and there you go. That's exactly what he did. And a guy like this who risks his life every freaking day on the job to help others, the last person to be treated like this. But no surprise. Don't get me started on the stories that happen to guys in the military when they're deployed. You all heard them. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. And, guys, if you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe to my other channel, Strong Successful Male, as well as my new channel, SSM Clips. Definitely trying to really grow them this year. And if you're new to this channel, definitely hit the subscribe button here, because as these channels grow, YouTube will promote them. And the more the channels grow, the more feminists it pisses off. And the more guys it helps. So definitely do that. And of course, if you come across a good story like this, share by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I definitely will when I get the chance. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.